right here. Finish off the last part of this. Let's go.
And that's the dichotomy in my life. I'm like, okay, so sometimes I go, oh, wait a minute. I open my trunk and I see the old pimp card, you know, and I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta dust this off. It's still got a month for expiration. I gotta fix that. And that's the same thing with the business. As soon as it's like, all right, I'll go and do Celebrity Fit Club. I'll let the guy that looks like Louis Gossett tell me I ain't shit, scream at me. I'm almost 40. I'm gonna do that. Me and Cindy Brady and I'm looking at you like, ugh. I'm here at the same level as Screech. This guy's talking to me like I'm a piece of garbage. So I'm like, you know, I'm trying to fight so I don't just go, okay, because they offer you like something like $100,000 to do that show.
Right.
Something crazy. Just to go in there and and then you got to start telling yourself stuff like when you smoke. Like, I'll quit. But that's what you start telling yourself in the business when they go, you want to do this thing for $100,000? Well, I am overweight, and I do have diabetes, so I have to do it anyway, so I might as well take $100,000 just to make an excuse in your own soul, and you go, oh, you know what? You're just a pussy. That's what you are. Just face it, dude. You need money. And you're disco dancing.
Well, you know what we need, Patrice? We need you to keep fighting. Patrice O'Neill, very funny. We'll take some questions for Patrice. Walk on over here and you can ask Patrice a couple of questions. Anything that's on your mind, feel free.
No questions? Good.
No. Come on over. Go ahead and line up over now behind him while we're waiting.
Look at this guy. Like, way too good looking to be how you are, you know?
Hey, Patrice.
You need a suit on, and 2 girls with you. You just stop trying to...
Hey, I like the way you think.
Stop trying to be a fucking guy that...
Here's a hypothetical.
Look at him. Look at what I'm saying. Look at what I'm saying, Ron.
Yeah.
Look at this, how good looking he is, and he's trying to be this downtown, you know, I fuck women with underdog t-shirts and... See what I'm saying? Phony baloney. Look how good we can do this.
He's a piece of shit is what he is.
Yeah.
Trying to go along with
Live up to your face.
Hey, if you were asked to mediate between Don Imus and Al Sharpton, how would you come at that? What do you think about it?
I just have a bunch of questions to ask and figure out how to not try to make Al look like a hypocrite, because that's the one thing everybody does is try to like go, well, what about when you said this about the Jews? He goes, uh-huh, nice talking to you. And then it's over. I would just ask him questions and hopefully, and ask Imus questions and hopefully the picture will paint itself, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to go, well, what about this? Well, Imus, you did say, like, that little run I had on Fox, one thing I learned is that's the game. The game is we're going to set you up nice, and then we're going to make you look like you're a hypocrite. And then we're going to throw hypocrite things at you so you can go, oh, and knowing that you've been a hypocrite the whole time. I'm not going to, I could never for the rest of my life be a woman activist, ever. Because I've done too many misogynistic things. So if I go, you should do this, unless I start with, I used to be this, I used to be this, I did this, I did that, I said these things and I said these things, but at some point I changed and this is how I feel now. But I can't go, you, and then they go, well, what about this? And I go, well, whatever. So if them two had I just have some questions to try to make it build into something so that no one has to defend themselves, that you can actually talk and maybe dig your own grave or maybe shine your own light.
Do you think there's a middle ground there where you could actually bring them to?
Yeah, they would talk, but you would have to do it so it's not either one of them's their comfort zone, because he went to, Imus went to like a black radio, Al's show, to say sorry. And the thing is about bullies, man, bullies don't say, oh, like, hey, listen, give me your money on Monday, and then Tuesday come and go, hey, Monday, thank you so much for what you did for me Monday. I'll never ask you for any more money again. Once you give your balls, they're gone. It's done, dude. And people's power corrupts. If I got your balls in my hand, what do you think I'm going to give them back to you and say that power of having your balls in my hand makes... I got to dribble them, man.
have to.
Patrice, how important is it for a comedian right now to have the platform like Ron and Fez, Opie and Anthony right now?
What's that mean? As on radio?
Yeah.
It's important in terms of if you want exposure, but I'm ready for exposure. Well, if there's a young comedian, like I say, how much time does a young comedian have on stage? And you could tell the stupidity of each. One who goes, I got an hour, and the other one that goes, I got 10 minutes. Now, if you meet a guy that's been doing a comedy for a year, I know he doesn't have an hour. What he does is have an hour of jokes. But when I say I have an hour, like when you ask me how much time I have on stage or something, and this is referring to your question, I'm ready for anything. Like if I went on Ron's show, I'm ready for anything. If I went on Opie's show, I'm ready for anything. If you say how much time I have on stage, I can do comedy really well. My personality is good for an hour and 20 minutes. I can stay on stage for 2 hours if I want, but I start to imagine that you're getting sick of me after about an hour and 20 minutes. That's how much I have. So what I'm saying is a lot of young cats who just want to be on Ron's show makes no sense because they're not ready for the next level. Unless Ron or Opie and Anthony really love you and they can guide you through that. They can put you on a pedestal because they can make you or break you, but it would have to be at their mercy. If I went on Ron's show and he didn't like me and he wanted to make life difficult, I have enough fuel or enough stuff in my mind where I'm like, oh, you know what? This is what he's trying to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this to protect my interests. But a cat that's on for doing it a year, I'm on Ron, and Ron goes, so stupid. He'll get flustered, he'll be done, because he don't have the thing to draw on, man. This game is long and lonely. And that's what you got to be ready to do. A long and lonely road, dude.
And you gone at it from a lot of different ways now. You did a radio show, you're doing podcasts, you're doing the stage. What's happening with the podcast? What exactly?
You know what? That shit that is the most fun I've ever had because it really is. If it falls flat, it's my fault. All the stuff I talk about show business, I run that show. And if that does nothing for you at all, you go, ugh, then that good. Now I take the responsibility. I don't have to go, what does a dumb old broad from Bravo know about funny anyway? Now it's me. That's what I love about that. It's a step down in terms of profile. But man, if it works out, dude, it would be that, like you said, that reparation, that 20 mil. Mm-hmm. Even if it was figuratively 20 mil. That helped my career to get where I want, and now this is like, hey, everybody, this is the drug I'm selling. So people come to me, they know exactly, they're not going to come ask me for marijuana, they're going to come ask me for heroin, because they know that's what I'm selling. Instead of a heroin deal, and they go, hi, you are great, we love the way you sell heroin. Can you sell marijuana for us? Do you see what I'm selling? So that podcast is selling what I'm selling. You know, that's what that is to me.
I really hope you do these drug references with everyone and not just me.
Nah.
Really?
I know you was... That wasn't planned. No gayness and no drug stuff. It just kind of...
Yeah, right. I don't know whether you're speaking down to me.
Yeah, no. Condescending, Mr. Drug Addict. I'm going to throw innuendo your way.
All right, here we go. What do we got?
Hey, Patrice, what's your #1 piece of advice for young men out there coming up in the world, trying to fight the good fight? Also, how much did that watch cost? Let's be honest.
You know what would have helped? I think because women, when I say we resent them and we hate them, it's not a hatred of I want to kill you. Hate is love. You can't hate something you don't really love. We just don't like what we have to go through for that one appendage that we have to go through. So for an older dude, I'm going on 40. It's not old, but it's old. I feel old. And I think that we should stop making sex so important. Like, we should start making money, making our ability to make a woman have an orgasm important. Like, because to be quite honest, it's more important that I be good in bed than she be good in bed, because it's harder to make them feel good. So basically what I'm saying is, stop selling off all your soul for some ass. But you can do that psychologically as a young man. I do it naturally. I'm just done. My girlfriend's gorgeous, and I'm like, it's been a good run. Listen, there's nothing I could do about it. I just money and my house, and I had a flood, and calling the insurance company, and some guy coming out there saying that I'm 2 feet past the flood zone. That means something to me now. Like, when I was younger, I'm like, what are you talking about, flood zone? Fuck you, I want some ass. Now, dude, I got other things I'm thinking about for real. And, but I had to learn that at 37. I'm gonna be 40 in a few years, man. But I don't know how old you are, but you in your young 20s, man? Yeah, 20. Dude, you know, focus on something else. I know it's hard. But that's what it'll do. It'll keep your head clear, man. It will.
This is the kind of advice we'll be getting once you get that $20 million.
As Tupac said, keep your eyes on your money, watch the bitch change. And it's so true. If you work on yourself as a man, women will become more attracted to you. If you set out to get women and you're just nothing, then they're not going to be interested.
I can go from town to town.
Yeah, and just
helping people.
And
Just being there.
I'm serious, man. It is an underlying frustration, man.
Why don't we write this up and try to sell it to one of the networks where it's just going to be Patrice walking from town to town?
Giving advice against, like, saying that gay guys should get over themselves and women are goofy?
No.
Who'll buy that besides channel no one watches?
I don't care if it's only on for 1 week. It's going to be great. It's going to be great TV. You'll be calling up friends. You got to turn this shit on right now. This is unbelievable. All right, you're the last one, big man.
Cool. All right, Patrice, you said you had to leave America because people weren't taking to you and you're offending people. And then you came back, and now you're doing fine for yourself. I mean, look at that watch, the necklace. You're doing well, and you're good. And you're good.
These are all mistakes on my YouTube, by the way. This was, you know what they call nigger rich. I went out and bought.
I was going to use that term, but
You know,
I wanted to wait till you broke the ice with it.
I left, dude. It wasn't the people, you know, because now I've actually created a personality niche that it's like, I've seen a commercial once when I was doing Web Jump. Someone would go, we want a guy to come in and do this, this, and this. We want a Patrice O'Neal type. And actually it was a commercial that my dumb managers at the time sent me a breakdown for me to go read a Patrice O'Neal type.
And it was you.
And I was like, wow. I was proud of that. Maybe that's the fifth. And what it was is what's the fucking question you said again? What's it?
Doesn't matter.
When I came back. When I came back, it wasn't the people that I left. It was clubs. It was the business. When I came back, I had 2 or 3. Remember those middle of the bus people? 2 or 3 of them that really go, oh, like, oh man, I love this guy. Like VH1, who I still love. I love the people over there, man. Sherry and all them. Shelly Tatron. She's a nice lady. She said, because she used to see me do those, remember the, 1492 and all that. And I would go in there, and I would go, ugh, like one of those no things.
Yeah.
Come on in, Patrice. No. Give a shit about slinkies. And they would just come in, they keep asking me, I go, all right. So I go in and do it. They would love, they go, we getting this show, man. Ask Patrice if he'll do it. Nothing's going on, da-da-da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. I go, can I do it the way I want to do it? Yeah. All right. Anything I ever got in my career, somebody said, all right, you can, I've never fought. My fight is just with myself and what I decide to do, and then someone goes, put him in there. So anything that I got put in there, and once you get put in there, whatever you are, if you're like some smarmy little dude, and people go, I hate him. When you get famous, they'll be like, we're looking for smarmy little dude. So we're looking for loudmouth, opinionated, big black guy. That's
Patrice.
I made that little niche, this big. You know what I'm saying? Before it didn't exist. So I went to England where they respect anything artistic. You know what I'm saying? You come back here, and it was like, well, all right, then we'll try him in that. So then I just developed whatever. So I'm still whatever.
Even when I saw you on Letterman, this was the guy. You didn't go on Letterman and dress different or try to talk different. You went on like you knew Dave for a long time, and
I did.
it seemed to work.
And again, going back to just going back to being ready.
Yeah.
I was ready for Letterman. Like, in this game, you probably know this, in this business, you never get things that coincide. Like, say if there was, this is your readiness and this is the gig. You never get them at the same time. You're either over ready for something you should have did 5 years ago, or you're under ready for something you're not good enough to have, but they're giving it to you. But your humility and pride and happiness to be there sometimes never fits in with the thing you're getting. Like the HBO special, you know, that's a comic's dream. That's dream. But I've been in the business 13, 14 years by the time I finally got my special, and I was way past due. Like, I was like, whatever. I got what? How much? All right, good. I'll do it. But it wasn't like, oh, I didn't lose sleep the day of. It was, HBO special. It was like Letterman. I watched him for years. And I just knew how to be with Letterman. And that's why it was so much fun, dude. And I always respect him, dude, because he put me over. He did. If I ever get a chance to say thank you, but they don't, you know, it's basically what they call gatekeepers. Right. His gatekeepers are awful. Meaning by the time you get to him, they're like, Dave's going to do this, Dave's going to do that. Oh, David. And you get to Dave, he's like, what's happening, man? So your name's Lumumba? What's going on? And if I'm any less ready, I already had the planned out thing that the 10 producers had got to me. And I'm like, Dave, you were supposed to ask me about my shoe size, and you didn't. It didn't fluster me. I just go, oh, okay, you're going to ask this? But that dude, if I ever could get to meet him, I'd be like, thanks, man, because he said, he put me over. He went, I like this dude, and you know it. Yeah. When somebody puts you over, and like, what y'all do with Big A? Right. You put him over. Big A, I'm going to tell you something. The way he is with O&A and the way he is with, I'm telling you, Big A be like this now. Hey, Patrice, how are you? He don't even be like, woo, woo. He be like, good to see you, buddy. When y'all go, a Big A. He's like, that's right, a Big A. And you put him over. Right. And you feel good when somebody does that, dude. I'll always remember Dave for that. He put me over. He was like, I'm going to make you look good. You know when somebody's doing that. And you know when somebody can make you look good. They can do it. They have power, man. Opie and Anthony, they can make you look good, or they can make you look really bad if they want. And he made me look good, dude. I loved him for that. I love him for doing that for me.
Patrice O'Neal, let me hear it, folks. Hysterical.
Yeah. I am glad Patrice went back to America, because there's nothing like Opie and Anthony was his show, but there's nothing really like that here. Like a radio show where they would just let Patrice, like someone like Patrice on, and just basically Patrice takes over the show when he's on Opie and Anthony. They just let him have full reign pretty much. But I would have loved to if Patrice would have stayed in England, because you see Rich Hall, he's mentioned Rich Hall. And you see Rich, like, that's something America I don't think has as much as we do, is panel shows. Yeah, where it's like, it normally is a selection of comedians and then a kind of celebrity for the sake of being a celebrity that kind of everybody rips on, like a reality TV star or something. But then it'll be like, there's Buzzcocks about music, never mind the Buzzcocks about music, Have I Got News for You, Mock the Week, like a lot of panel shows, which I don't know whether, I don't know of any American panel shows like that. But Patrice would have been great on that, on like a Never Mind the Buzzcocks, as the kind of captain of a team. Thinking about it, if he'd have stayed in England, he definitely would have been. That would be a perfect place for Patrice as well on TV. Like I say, you see Rich Hall on them, but Rich Hall's never been a constant part of the show. But definitely Patrice would. But yeah. Yeah. That's the reaction. Sweet.